Today we're bringing you a video that Lauren doesn't really want to be a part of.
I'm so uncomfortable with it.
Assumption is that you guys don't have crazy or big fights. Where do you get all your money?
You guys don't feed Alessi a lot.
You sometimes face insecurities about your relationship because of how the show ended. And we have to say that's a real thing.
I feel like I'm defending myself this whole video.
All right, a lot of things happening at the house today. We got Rex over here from Hybrid installing a new security system. So we got cameras going in. It just blows me away how many wires are coming out of this thing. This is your job to figure out where it all goes.
Exactly.
All right, guys, it's a crazy day at the house. But
There's a lot happening.
there's a lot happening.
We've been dodging people all day, trying to do phone calls, carry Alessi on one side.
It's been crazy. We're getting a security system installed and it's gonna be like a fortress over here. We're very happy about that.
Too much forensic files. I have nightmares about stuff all the time.
So thank you guys for coming back to our channel. If you haven't already, subscribe, like, comment, hit the bell notification. Today we're bringing you a video that Lauren doesn't really want to be a part
I'm
of.
so uncomfortable with this. I don't know why. I'm like sweating already. It could be from the coffee I drank this morning. I had like 3 cups and I normally don't do that. Or it's this, I don't know, but I'm sweating.
Baby, you're gonna be good. This is a video about assumptions, the assumptions that you guys have about us. We did a little poll on Instagram. It's kind of hard to read actually some of the assumptions because they're not all positive, but that's what this video is about, right? To kind of like talk about those things and to air those things out, I guess.
Yeah.
So we'll read some off and we'll answer your questions, and maybe some of the assumptions are right, maybe some of them are wrong.
We'll see.
All right. Okay, so this assumption is that Arie cries in sad movies and Lauren makes fun of him. Like, what?
I mean, is it true though?
It's not true. That assumption is incorrect. Lauren is a huge
I feel
crier.
like he might cry.
I do.
He tears up, okay.
I do tear
But
up.
normally I'm already crying, but at that point.
It's true. Then we look at each other and
We
we're like,
cry
are you crying?
together, and then we both make fun of each other.
True.
That's normally how it works.
All right, you're one.
Y'all have a nanny and want like 5 kids.
We do not have a nanny.
No.
My parents help out a lot, so they come
Maybe we
over.
should have a nanny, but we don't. We'd like to make ourselves go crazy instead.
No. I feel like if we had a nanny, I would just be like following Alessi around and making sure that she was good.
Yeah.
I'm like a helicopter parent.
Well, when you work from home, it's hard to have somebody that's watching your kid because you feel guilty and you feel like you should be doing that. So
Yeah.
for us, we've battled with that thought, like having someone here to help us.
I feel like if we had 3 kids, we would maybe consider having one. Maybe not like a full-time one, but in times where we need one.
Maybe even 2. I don't know.
All right, we'll get to that.
But we don't want 5 kids.
No. Too many.
I don't think I can handle that.
The assumption is that you guys don't have crazy or big fights. I think
Not really.
we don't have crazy big fights, but we fight. I feel like every couple has arguments. We've
Yeah,
got
but I've had really big fights with people before, and I don't have those with you. We're just both pretty mellow when it comes to fighting. I think we'd rather talk about things and work it out than blow up at each other.
If we get into a fight, then I always feel like I need to apologize pretty quickly, and so that ends the fight.
I do that sometimes.
You do sometimes, but
most
you're
of the
more
time
stubborn.
I'm
She's
right.
more stubborn, guys.
Most of the time
she's
I'm right.
yes, she's. Oh wait, this leads into another one that's pretty good actually.
It says Lauren is in charge 99% of the time. I don't know.
That's a yes. Okay, if you're a good husband, you'll know that she should be in charge 99% of the time.
I like to think of it as a joint effort.
And that's why we don't have big arguments.
What? Because you are. Because you let me be right.
I mean, I don't let you be right, but you know, you can be in charge. I don't mind. The assumption is that our lives are really easy with no stress.
That's not true at all.
That's not true at all.
I feel like I stress more now than I did when I was a single girl working my corporate job in Dallas.
Yeah.
Way more. I stress so much more.
You stress too much.
I stress all the time.
I feel like when you're a driven, motivated person, you put stress on yourself to accomplish all the things that you want to accomplish.
I know.
And you do that a lot.
We have, thank you babe, that was sweet. But we have like so many different directions that we're focusing our attention at one time. So when you do that, there's definitely a lot of stress involved in that.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what our everyday is like.
So there's another assumption that actually really works well with this about us. It says, where do you get all your money? Do you both work? I don't know if that's an assumption that we don't work, but they're kind of alluding to that. I do real estate, and I also race part-time. Racing's kind of on the shelf right now. Lauren.
So he's a real estate agent, and then together we have a real estate investment company. So we buy houses, we renovate them, we either rent them or sell them.
Right.
So we have like multiple different properties right now that we have tenants in. So
yeah. So managing that is a lot of work.
Yeah.
And
so that's one thing.
That's one thing.
And then obviously we make money from social media. That's pretty well known out there. And then I also have a clothing line that I'm working on all the time and haven't made money on that yet, but it will be soon.
But that's your passion, and that's like you're working towards that, and that's really cool that you're able to do that. So yeah, so we have our hands in a lot of things, and I think that it's cool to make money in a lot of different types of ways, and it's really great because our schedule is pretty free, so we can spend a lot of time with Leslie.
Lauren misses your facial hair. Yes, I do. I'm very much.
I have just
He's
started.
growing it back though.
I just started today.
I told him, I was
For
like,
you.
I don't care what color you want to dye your hair or not dye your hair, but your facial hair does it for me.
All right.
I like it.
It's coming back.
It just gives you that like lumberjack vibe.
Okay. Whatever, however it works.
I don't know that I'm into lumberjacks though.
Okay.
Maybe I am.
As long as I'm your lumberjack.
You are. You guys don't feed Alessia a lot. Every video she looks like she's eating crumbs.
Aww.
I know, it's so sad.
That's so sad. No,
That's not true, though.
she eats a lot.
We give her the opportunity to eat a ton.
Yeah.
But this girl, I've always had struggles with feeding her since she was little. Like breastfeeding, bottle feeding, people, like regular human food.
Yeah, she will let you know when she's done.
Yeah.
She's very she will stop eating and she'll start crying and screaming. And then you're like, okay, you're done. And she
said she's all done.
Yeah, we have sign language.
So she'll tell us when she's done.
And what's kind of cool though is we feed her anything that we're eating. So if Lauren makes something or if I'm making something, then she eats a lot of different types of food. And I think that's really important and different than a lot of other parents and how they feed their kids.
Yeah, but also she does pick up crumbs all the time. So I get that.
The assumption is that the age gap works really well for us. I think it does because let's be honest, guys don't mature very fast at all. Women are way more mature than guys.
I remember when I first moved to Arizona, Arie got this photo album out of him in his 20s hanging out with one of our best friends, Dustin. And they're like, had their frosted tips.
I have blonde hair right now.
True, I guess it's not that different. But they're
Full
like,
circle.
They're like, I don't know, partying. There's just like craziness happening in these pics. And I was like, this is you at 26.
I know.
I don't think that we would have gotten this far back then.
I don't think so
we had met
either.
when we were 26.
Yeah, I feel like it takes guys a little longer to, I hate the word settle down, but it takes guys a little longer because I feel like as a guy, you really want to feel established. You want to feel financially stable before you really move on to that next chapter of your life.
I've heard that from so many different friends of mine. They're like, oh, like my boyfriend wants to get engaged, but he always says that he wants to be financially ready.
Yeah, it's like such a thing with guys because they feel like they need to be able to provide, and until they can do that, they don't feel like they're ready.
Which is dumb because girls can help.
I know, they definitely can help. You're 50% in this family and you pull your weight, let me tell you. So the assumption is that you sometimes face insecurities about your relationship because of how the show ended. And we have to say that's a real thing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily feel like there's insecurities about our relationship, but it's something that has definitely affected me long term.
Yeah, I think...
Has it affected you in a way?
I mean, I think that in general, it was something that we had to really talk about and really get through together. And I think it's something that made us stronger when we got back together.
But do you have insecurities about our relationship?
No, I don't have insecurities now. And I never did. I just feel like, coming from your perspective, of course, in the beginning, there was probably insecurities that you had to work through.
Yeah, and I think something that people don't really understand is at the end, I don't want to say this is why it happened the way it did, but one of the things that contributed to whatever happened at the end of our season was insecurity on Arie's side of things with me.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't telling him what he needed to hear to make him feel secure in our relationship. So I waited till the very last day to kind of spill the beans on that, and he was like, oh my gosh, really? Like now?
Yeah.
So like when everything's already happening was when I decided to tell him, and at that point the ship had already sailed with the show. They all knew the plan, so it was hard to go
like
back on it
too
at
far
that
to go
point.
back. Yeah,
So
exactly.
then when he got home and he was alone, he's like, I need to make this right. So,
Yeah, and I'm glad I did.
yeah, we both
Look
are.
at this.
Oh, I assume that Arie might be controlling. Sorry, not trying to be rude. And honestly, this is something that people tried to make a story after the show, and it was the most ridiculous thing to me the whole time, because he's like, could not be farthest from being controlling.
Oh, thank you, babe.
I mean, it's true. It's just kind of ridiculous when people
I think
say
it's
that.
funny how it's like gone from like, oh, Arie's controlling to Lauren makes 99% of the decisions and puts the pants in the relationship. But yeah.
I mean, I again would like to say I think we're pretty even.
Yeah, we're pretty even.
Right?
We definitely are even. I feel like we make decisions together, big decisions, little decisions. And I feel like a lot of times we're on the same page before we even really have to make a call about something.
Yeah. I think it's abnormal to find a guy that's so easygoing that like is always on the same page. So maybe that's why people are like, Lauren wears pants. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know.
I assume that you guys are low-key kind of awkward, which obviously is showing in this video.
We are kind of awkward. I feel like we're kind of awkward.
I feel like you need to embrace the awkward though. There's nothing wrong with being awkward.
Yeah, I mean, whatever, you know?
It's fun sometimes.
Especially like when you're, I guess, like put into the spotlight and you're not the type of person that wants to be in the spotlight. That's the kind of the ironic part, is both of us are like that. Like, we never really wanted to be in the position that we're on. We didn't want to be on TV. We just thought it'd be a cool experience, and then it just sort of escalated and we became these like personalities on TV. But that's nothing that I ever wanted in my life or that I sought after.
Yeah, I didn't either.
It just like happened. I don't even know how to describe it. So in general, when there's cameras on me or someone asks me like a topic that makes me uncomfortable, I get awkward.
He starts sweating and having hot flashes.
Yeah, I do. I get awkward.
It's so cute though. Okay, there's one on here. It says you hate when fans come up to you guys to say hi in public, and that is not true at all.
Oh, you really
Always
like
come
that.
say hi.
Yeah, always come say hi. If you see us out, say hey. Okay, so the assumption is that Lauren is still, to this day, jealous of the fact that Arie dated other girls while on The Bachelor.
Which is, honestly is not true. Like, I don't get jealous about it. I actually
She
invite
really
my
doesn't.
friends that he made out with on the show to hang out with us and
It
stay in
sounds-
the same hotel with us, and like, it's not a big deal.
It sounds super awkward when you say it that way, but it's like once the show is over and it's, you know, and we were together, those past relationships like didn't even cross my mind, and she was friends with all those girls, so.
Yeah, I always say like I was friends with the girls first before I was really even dating him. So
Yeah,
it
she built.
seems weird because you guys only saw our time with him on TV,
Yeah.
but the girls are with each other
All the
in
time.
the houses all the time.
Yeah.
So
So we hang out with like Mikkel.
Yeah.
We hang out with like CN, and we're really good friends. I'm really good friends with their boyfriends.
someone said, I know you're not, but I feel like you can be Karen at the restaurants. LOL, just kidding. I don't think they were kidding. But I just like, I feel like I'm defending myself this whole video.
Like, what do you mean? Like,
But
what-
I'm not a Karen, okay? I swear.
She is really sweet, guys.
I'm really nice.
She is really nice.
It just
She's very
sounds
sweet.
weird to say that about yourself.
Yeah, no, she is the sweetest. And if you see us out, come say hey.
Like, you could bring
6
me...
feet away though, with a mask on. Thank you.
Yeah, I could order something, you bring me the wrong thing, and I would not even say a word. I would just eat it.
Oh yeah, she would. She never
don't.
sent something back.
Weird. Somebody said, I assume you want my body all the time.
That was me. I'm not even gonna write what you wrote me.
Someone said, you grew up in a wealthy family.
Did you?
No, I didn't. I grew up in a family where money was always a stress, so I did not.
You moved around a lot too.
Mm-hmm.
So I grew up, my family was well off, but only after my dad won the Indy 500. So things changed a lot then. So
Yeah.
I was fortunate growing up. I will say that.
But he also has gone through hard times on his own.
I feel like too, it's like sometimes if you grow up and your parents are really successful, you want to like pave your own way, and I feel like that was really important for me. That's how I was when I was younger. I always wanted to make my own money.
Yeah, I was the same way too. I had to move away from my family to make myself start over and do it all on my own because I'm the same way. I just wanted to get a job, have my own apartment, pay all my own bills, and like growing up it wasn't easy for me all the time though. Like my parents were always talking about money. I wouldn't even say my family was poor. They were like a normal middle class family, but money was always a source of stress. Yeah.
So we learned to hustle.
Now we just learn to have like 5 different businesses happening at the same time.
Yeah, I
and
guess.
juggle them.
I had to like start over when the economy crashed. I was in real estate back in 07 and I was a professional race car driver, and then everything sort of like went south and I had to like completely start over. And then I ended up randomly on The Bachelorette. And you know, that led me here in a way, which is weird. So someone wrote, I assume you guys are literally soulmates and have the perfect life. Also, I love you. That's very sweet.
Yeah, I would say so.
I feel like we are soulmates and we do have the perfect life. I feel like there's always like room to grow, but I feel very happy and fortunate to have you in my life.
Aww,
and Leslie. And I'm stoked. I'm just like excited to see what's next, you know?
Yeah, I've always told him he's my soulmate just because there were some really tough things we went through and they led us to each other, and that just doesn't happen by accident. So.
That's true. So that's been the video today. Hopefully you guys liked it. Lauren survived.
I'm still like having hot flashes, but I'll get over it.
All right.
I probably won't do that again though.
Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.